Alright, so here we go. We're going to have some of our first ever cash game action. So we're going to sit at this 5-cent and 10-cent game. Try one table once. And so here we go. First cash game play. Just didn't like full screen. There's a fast fold button in this, so we're gonna call for 20 cents, see if we can get some action here with King 10 off. Let's half pot it here, we'll go 31 cents. See if he wants to play. Now we'll check. Three-quarters pot. Only one card over, no draws. I'll get out of the way for this one. Alright, King Jack off. Let's bump it. King Jack off, we'll go 4 times. Got one caller. We got a straight draw and a runner flush draw. Let's go 2/3 pot. Alright, still sitting on the same straight draw. Now we can represent, let's pot it. We'll pot it, see if he wants to go with the pot. He's out of the way, he's veering the 9. Alright, now we got 25 cents up from where we were. Ace 4 off, I'm going to get out of the way of this one. It's interesting, I've never played this jumping from table to table before. Very interesting. So it looks like every hand I'm playing with a different round of people. So there's a 1.5 blind bet, 10-7 off. I'll play with that. And this is why we play with the 10-7 off. So we have 10-4-7 rainbows. We've 2-paired it. Hoping they're sitting with a higher pair, maybe. Oh, there they go. Going large with it. And I'm going to call. We'll act like I'm on a straight draw or something, see if we can get a little bit of action from Ice Cold Nips is that person's name. Alright, he goes just under a pot size bet. I think now we're going to bump it up with fear of him getting the flush draw there. Jack hits, so 8-9 gets there. You know what? We'll shove, see if he wants to call. Yep, and I took it down. So now we're at 1638. Queen 4 off, we're definitely not playing that. A7 suited, we'll play this one. Bump it up a little. 35 cents. See if the big blind wants to play. He does not. So I win 25 cents and move on to the next table. This is definitely, low stakes, but it's fun. Get a little practice in. People can join in with watching. Alright, so we've got a raised 35 cents all the way around, so it's 2.5 times blind to me with Queen 10 off. I will take that. Seems like pretty good odds having 2 other players throwing money into the pot. And with a pot size bet, I'm going to get out of the way. Jack 8 off, get out of the way of this one. Jack 6 off, get out of the way of that one. 2-3 off. Nope. Queen 3 off. Alright, I'm in the small blind. Yeah, 6 6-8 off with a raise. Now we're going to get out of the way of that one. Oh, I said fold. What are we doing here, computer? Oh, looks like we lost connection to the server. Alright, now we're getting out of the way of that one. Alright, we're in the big blind. I was about to fold it. That would have been bad. So let's see where we're sitting here. Alright, we got top pair. This hits my range more than it's going to hit his range. Let's charge him for it. And he gets right out of the way, and we take it. So the general premise behind that is it was the last act and he raised. You assume he'd have a couple of, you know, Broadway cards or a somewhat good hand, and then for me to call, I can call with something marginal. So when low cards come up on the board, there's a good probability that it hits me versus hitting his higher cards. So he could have had 2 overs, and it's in my best interest to get him to fold before one of those overs comes on the turn or the river, and then I lose the hand. So here we have ace-10 off. I'm in for 45 cents, and we 2-pair ace-10, but with that jack, queen-king does make the nut straight. So I'm thinking I'm going to check, because this guy behind me really went, now the queen gets there. That's bad for us. Hopefully checks around, ace-10 shows up. Half-pot bet, I'm going to hang around to see if ace or 10 show up. Oh, and a 10 shows up. So we full-housed it, and he's didn't have the queen. He had a smaller 2-pair. Interesting. All right. We're going to get out of the way of that queen 10 off. We're going to go ahead. Oh, ace 9 off. I'm going to get the lobby back behind us here. All right. 18 cents on top with my ace 9 off. Let's get the lobby back in. I'll check. Lobby is not going to be around for a little while here, so we'll stick with the background. So I can probably throw the lobby in. There we are. Lobby's behind us now. All right, jack 4 off, up to 37 now. We're going to get out of the way. Queen 4 suited. Nope. Queen 6 suited. Nah, not a good hand. Ace deuce off. Nope. Looks like a good hand. It's faking. King deuce off. 9-6 in the small blind if it checks around. Or if they just open limp, I'll jump in for another half a blind. Not for more than half a blind. Not worth it. Queen 6 suited again. 5-9 off. If everybody limps around. Nope, ace 35. I gotta play that one. 3 hearts, 6 of spades. No, thank you. Queen deuce. King 6 off. 4 hearts, 9 of clubs. I'm in the small blind with Queen 6 off. For half a blind, I will call. And let's see if Craig Heck 777 just wants to see a flop. Yeah, if you bumped it up, I would have gotten out of the way. So, alright. I mean, middle pair, not a great kicker. It's good for a pot-sized bet. Let's get him out of the way. And he did exactly as expected. Folded since he just limped from the big blind. on the small blind again with pocket 10s. So hopefully we get some action around to me. Let's bump it 30. We'll get 35 cents total. See if we can get some action from both of them. And we do. Let's hope for some lower cards. Ugh, got a flush draw and 10s. Let's throw a half pot out there, see where we're at. I'm gonna call. If he calls after two others of raising a call, then we might not be in such a good position. Alright, I'm sitting on 2 pair. Let's throw 30 out there just to kind of gauge where we're at. Alright, flush gets there. I got king, queen, jack that'll beat me. Let's pot size it and hope he's sitting with one that is lower than mine. I'll call. Does he have the nuts? He had the queen, and I had the 10. He had me the whole way. Top pair with a queen. Flush draw he got there, which unfortunately got me there, which didn't work out well for us. Queen 8 off 2.5 times. Let's give it a shot. We'll see what happens here. So this is going to hit my range more than it's going to hit both of their pre-flop raise range. So we're going to 2/3 it and see if we can't get, you know, some high Broadway cards out of the way. I imagine, oh, thought that guy might call with the other guy out of the way. Queen 5 suited, we'll get out of the way of that one. Ace 10 off, let's bump it to 45 cents. And we're going to see what kind of action we get. We got 2 folds behind us, 4 folds. The big blind want to play. He does. All right, we got a 90 cent pot going on. I hit my ace. He is in the big blind, so chances are, well, I mean, he called, so let's pot it again. All right, so he folds for the pot. So yeah, obviously had something less than an ace. Just wanted to hang around and see what happened. I polarized my bet, so he thinks there's an ace in there. Maybe he has a draw, but I didn't need him getting, you know, ace with a bigger kicker or whatnot. 30 cents more, 8-10 off. Well, see a flop with it, see what happens. Only one person act behind us, not a high probability of a raise after 2 players. I don't see a 3-bet coming, so maybe we'll get a straight draw out of this. We have a straight draw and bottom pair. And let's half pot it, see where we're at here. Chances are they're both strong, but as long as neither one of them hit the queen, I'm probably in decent shape. If a jack comes, then the 10 is all that's needed. Both players hung around to my half pot raise. Doesn't look good for our bottom pair. Alright. Front door diamond flush gets there. So now let's half pot it and see if anybody has the diamond flush and wants to play. Alright, Buddha's in on it. I mean, he probably has me beat. There's not very much that I beat in this scenario. Oh, jeez. Hit the nut flush. Good for him. So I should have bet that turn to get him off before he made that nut flush. Let's go 50 cents, ace 7 off. This is not a hugely awesome hand, but I got excited. So let's pot plus a little extra, get his attention. Alright, so he's out of the way. We'll make it 98 cents out of it. And not too shabby. Started with $10. We've been doing it for, you know, a couple minutes now. Ace deuce off in the big blind. All right. 3 times the blinds. I'm gonna get out of the way of that one. have a very good kicker. Only one way to make a wheel. Which is not my wheelhouse, if you will. So 4 deuce off. Nope. Ace 3 suited. Since they're suited, let's show some aggression here. See what we can make out of it. Not much. So let's continue with the aggression. Since we're switching tables, these people aren't familiar with my level of play. Whether that's a good level or a bad level, you know, aggression and continuation bets are generally a good thing. Ace deuce off, not interested. King 7 off. Ace 4 off in the big blind, so now I will hang around, maybe call 2 times big blind raise if it comes to it, depending on how many people are yet to act behind me. Now, so I can just check, see a flop with Ace 4 off. We can do that. Not much. Kind of hits my range more than his. Pot size bet. Yeah, I'll get out of the way. There's no point in throwing more money into something that, you know, wouldn't have got in unless I was in the big blind. Ace 9 off in the small blind. Let's see where this gets us. We got a raise of 2 times the big blind. Let's stick with the call since we're off. If it was suited, I might bump it 3-bet. Alright, aces and 9s. It's an okay kicker. Let's check it and see if SM Cornho wants to apply some aggression. Let's pot it over top of both of them. See who wants to play. Maybe someone's sitting on a weak ace. One person calls me. Alright. So now we got him on the hook. I am going to show an additional aggression. And let's shove all in here right at the end. See what we get. He had a queen, I had an ace. I take it. He didn't think I had the ace. Alright. We got jacks, or as Brad Owen would call them, pocket jiggities. So let's go 3 times the big blind. Somebody wants to pump it up to $1.05. I've got jacks. Let's see a flop with the jiggities. He's got $4 left. I'm gonna pop him for the $4. Let's see what you got here, Chief. He's got aces. Run it twice, let's run it 3 times for some fun. We'll see what happens. Rejected. He doesn't want to run it 3 times. Fine. It's all good. Figured I'd have fun with it. I'm gonna get my cat out of here real quick. You can't hear him meowing in the background. That's what he is doing. Come on, boys. Alright, I am back and we are folding 6 deuce off. Alright, jack 3 off in the big blind. I won just for sitting down. Alright. Queen 3 off. Jack 9 off. Let's play that. We'll just open limp with jack 9. Just to see what kind of action we get. Maybe call a slight bump. 3.5 times. Nah, we're going to get out of the way of that one. 7-9 off. 10-6 off on the small blind, so we'll see what the action looks like over to us. Raised to 3.5 times blinds. No, thank you. 10-3 suited. 9-4 off, but we're on the big blind, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a nice, easy check in here, and we do. 9-4 off. Let's see if we hit a 9 and a 4. Nothing. And this is going to hit his range way more often than it's going to hit mine, just limping in. So we'll check it down unless he's a solid player who's going to raise, at which point I'm going to get out of the way. How about I pot size for 24, considering he checked through. See if he wants to call. Nope. Min raise it, he had me. I just want to see if I can steal the pot. Jack 6 off. Ace Jack suited. Let's hang around with this hand. We're gonna bump it up to 3.5 because that seems to be the thing right now. Oh, and this is one of the tables I've been at already. I recognize some of these people. So I think it's all the same group of people randomly moving to different tables. So I should be a little careful with my aggression now that I'm seeing that pattern. Bet 35 cents. It's a pot of 50 with my 30 cents, so 35 cents to win 15 if Keg Heck 777 is just going to let his time go out. It's looking like he's going to do, and I'm just going to take this pot with a raise. And it's counting down as time bank. I think we're going to get there and take this hand. And we do. I take the hand and win 25 cents. Not quite sure how I got 25 cents out of it. Maybe it's because my raise didn't change anything. Six deuce off in the small blind with a raise. Heck no, we ain't doing anything with that. Ace 9 suited on the big blind. We're gonna bump it here once it gets around to us, and we didn't even have to. Folding through some not so great hands here. 10 Jack suited. Let's hang around and play that. 10 Jack can turn into quite a few things. 3.5 the big blind. So we're going to call that. And we got 4 callers total. We got middle pair, backdoor flush draw. Let's half pot it with 66 cents. One call. Let's see if we can get any folds. I mean, be good if the flush draw gets there. Maybe a straight flush or royal. Alright, we did not. The flush gets there and we improve to middle pair and a straight draw. I'll check. This guy might be, there we go. I'll also check and see if my 10s can take it. He had a king the whole time. 8-6 off. Get out of the way of that one. 4 hearts, 9 spades. 8-7 off in the small blind. And a raise. Nope, we're getting out of the way with that one. 10-4 suited. No, thank you. Queen 4 off. Not really a hand I'd play, but we're sitting in the big blind, so let's see what happens. So, you know, at this point, we're kind of hoping for trips, 2 pair, or a fold from everybody. We'll move on to the next one. And we're folding through some of these not so great hands. King Jack off. Let's see what we can make happen with King Jack off. I think I'm going to raise 33 cents so we can get to an even. Well, that guy raised 30. We'll just call it 30. Wanted to get to an even $14, but maybe we'll get there. Alright, pre-flop raise. Doesn't hit him very much, but he's pushing with it again. I can't see how this would hit his raise. Chances are, or hit his range. Chances are he's probably sitting on a couple Broadway cards. We call and hit our jack, so now we're sitting with top pair. On the board, at least. So he goes 105. I think I'm going to come over the top. And see if he wants to play or if he's just trying to push me around. folds. And now the straight gets there. He checks. He probably has a good hand to check, expecting me to raise. Yep, there we go. He had a higher pair than the board. Wanted me to raise so he could either repop or call my raise. So I'm not going to bet myself out of it. Jack 5 off. Alright, unfortunately, with that hand, we are back towards our starting amount. 2 times raised, Jack 5 off, 2 people in the hand. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Queen 10, 6, 2 clubs. I mean, we've got a runner, straight draw possibility, and that's about it. Well, now all we need is a 9 or an ace to get there. Let's take a stab at it for 43 cents. We'll half pot it since everybody seems to be limping. 8 gets there, so now if I was rocking Queen 9, I would get there, assuming this guy doesn't have Ace Jack. Let's pot bet it and see what he does. And he folds. So we won a little bit back. We're out of the... This is the money we started with range. Up a $1.40. Ace 6 suited on the button. So let's pop it up pot size to 45 cents. Alright, do you want to play I fold? And no, you fold. Alright, bumping up a little more there. We're at 11.65. Jack 8 off. Small blind with 8-7 off. Let's bump it up. Let's see if Glue Guy knows his odds and really wants to play, and he does. We are a gut shot straight away, or inside straight. Half pot it. Nah, we're gonna get out of the way. No reason to throw more money in a hand that we were only in because we were in the small blind. King 5 off, but we are in the big blind. 2.5 times raise. Oh, and a 3-bet behind me, so I'm gonna get out of the way and watch maybe. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Thought I'd be able to watch the end of the hand there. What is that? Hold the command. Ah, okay. So for future, I will hold the command button and hit that. So if we want to watch what transpires at the end of the hand, we will be able to do so. In the meantime, here we go. We are in the big blind. 4-9 of diamonds. So only a hand we'd be playing from the big blind. Maybe the small blind. He pops it. 2 times blinds. We'll see if we get a diamond flush on the flop here. Or trip 4s. So this is why we play the repops a little bit there. We'll check quickly so he thinks we don't have anything. Hopefully entice a bet. And now if he checks, I'm gonna bet pot probably, just to see. Or maybe a half pot. Maybe he'll try to 3-bet me and steal it. Alright, well he half potted it, so I'll min raise him to see if he'll call. Try to get the most out of my trips. And we take it down with the trips. Gain a $1.61 on our stack. Queen 8 off. King 6 off. King Jack off. So we'll hang around and play with this. Let's go 45. Folds and we're winning 25 cents. We're slowly building back that one decent loss we had from those jacks. And we're at 8 of hearts, 4 of spades, facing a raise, 15 cents, only 1.5 times blinds. Let's see a flop. We're gonna check, and we're basically gonna fold to anything. We didn't hit Jack, and the only reason we called is we already had 10 cents out there. And folding. Alright, next hand. King 7 suited. In the cutoff. Not horrible. And not to a raise. We're going to get out of the way of that one. small blind, jack 6 off. Let's see if we can just see a flop, see what we can do with it. Not much. I mean, we have a runner flush draw, runner straight draw, so if either one of them, neither one of them showed up. So we can check it down, maybe we'll spike a jack or a 6, but at this point we go into fold mode where we're folding to any bet whatsoever, and getting out of the way. King 9 off, I'm going to get out of the way with that one. Seems strong, but it's kind of misleading. Ace 3 off, I'm going to get out of the way of that one. Ace King off, alright, big slick. Let's min raise, see if everybody will fold on a min raise. So apparently nobody wanted to play. I actually had a hand worth playing. Jack 8 off on the big blind. Let's see what happens. We've got Eddie bumps it up to 2.5 times the blinds. I am going to call because I only have to call with 1.5 times blinds, and we're sitting at Jack of Hearts, 8 of diamonds. We flop middle pair with a straight draw, and I am going to pot plus a little, charge him for any draw he may be attempting to hit. Alright, I'm going to pot him again. See any draw he's trying to hit. And half pot, let's see if he wants to play. Hopefully he does not have a queen, but he's got pocket kings. Not good for us. Ace 5 suited, pot size bet. Now we're in the hole. Now we're about 50% of our starting stack. We need to do some rebuilding. Not with that hand, we won't. 5-2 off. We need to find a good double up here. Jack 10 off. Let's open limp. See what we can turn this into a hand. Hopefully, oh yeah, we're not gonna go for. Really? That was a waste. Shoved it all for. I had 10 cents in there. Jack 5 suited on the small blind. We'll get away with that one. King 5 off on the big blind. An all in for $44. I don't understand this bet here at all. This person just wants to take down 25 cents by risking 44. Strange. Pocket aces on the small blind. If it's one player, he checks it. Hopefully he hits something lower than mine. I'll check it through and hope he hits something. I mean, really? Nothing? I mean, he would have folded any bet I made anyway, so I guess, couldn't have made anything out of that. Need to find a good double up moment here. Ace 3 off on the small blind. Let's bump it up a bit. 45 cents. So 50 cents total, 5 times the blinds, and this guy wants to play. You know what? Let's force it. $5 all in. Well, we're sitting shitty. Run it 3 times. He's not gonna want to. Hopefully we spike it. Oh, we both straighted it. That's hilarious. Put myself in a real bad spot there. Luckily, poker gods wanted us to split it. 6-5 suited on the big blind. And he bumps it up min raise. Alright, let's see a flop on a min raise. Maybe we hit something, maybe we hit. Alright, bottom pair it. Maybe he's got crap and was just trying to take it with a min raise. Let's see, we're betting our bottom pair here. Pot size bet, and he folds. And we need to get in a position where our opponent has a decent hand. And we're beating them, so we can get it all in and they will call. kind of what we're looking here. I mean, $5.43. We're half of what we started with. Ace Jack suited. Let's bump up to 35. Hopefully we can get some callers and we can hit our nut flush. Hopefully someone hits a king high flush behind us so we can get an all-in type scenario so we can get back to that $10 we were started at. Alright, Glue Guy, it's all on you. Top pair, top kicker. He bet half pot. I'm going to bet full size pot. He knows I show some aggression, so he might call thinking I'm trying to steal. God, I hope he's not going for a diamond flush because it just got there. We'll check it again. Maybe he's trying to trap us with the flush. Maybe he's checking to see if I had the flush, see if we were scared of it. Let's do this. He hit the flush. Alright, we're going to end our cash game here and move on to a tournament video here in the future. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're liking the poker content, we have a whole playlist that I will link in the description for all of the poker that we're going to be streaming. Thanks, guys.